Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski. Jay, for us in the community, this past week, I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. It's been fucking awesome. The weather has turned. You see normies in jeans and hoodies, and sweatshirts, even some of the like super skinny ones in like damn near winter coats.
Oh yeah.
For us,
Prime.
bring it on, man.
It is outstanding. I have one complaint about this weather, which I will share in a moment. But first, want to remind everybody to follow us on our social medias: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at I'm Fat Pod. We are on YouTube, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. Those episodes typically drop on Tuesdays. This week it'll be delayed since the show is delayed a day. Sorry about that. But make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. And we've got a Patreon page, patreon.com/I'm Fat Pod. I think you still say it that way, actually. It's not an @ on Patreon. So look us up on Patreon at I'm Fat Pod. And we've got our TeePublic shop. Another sale just wrapped up, but another one's got to be right around the corner. Thanks to everybody who ordered some new merch. We have to come up with some new merch ideas. I have an idea for a shirt. Let me run this by you on the fly.
Okay.
Imagine your typical fast food, like Burger King sign. Okay, like the plastic neon sign, whatever. With the I'm Fat Podcast burger logo. And then the marquee underneath that would be with Jay Zawoski and Rick Camp, but like one of the letters like falling off or something, or backwards, or like.
Okay. See, I was wondering if that was going to be like over the drive-through canopy.
See, that's not a bad idea either. See, we got ideas. The ideas come. It's just then I just get lazy and don't do it. So, yeah. Anyway, all right. So here's my complaint about this otherwise fantastical weather.
Okay.
The car is a problem. Because you are dressed for cooler weather.
Yes.
Okay, so you're wearing maybe like a long sleeve t-shirt, or like a Henley, something like that, right?
Yes.
I have not jumped into hoodie weather.
No.
We're not there yet.
No.
But then you're in the car, but the sun is still out.
Yes.
And it's warm enough outside where the sun is and your windshield is becoming like a magnifying glass, and you are like the ant inside. And you're like, should I turn the air on? It's 59 degrees outside. Do I need to turn the air conditioning on in this car?
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
For a couple minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to do that. So that's my one complaint. The best thing about this is sleeping with the windows open.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
it's the best.
Our bed is right at, like, if you walk by our house, you could see our pillows. Like, we are up against the windows.
Yo.
So I had like I sleep with like one arm under my head.
Okay.
Under the pillow.
Yes.
So a couple of times last week, I would wake up with like my hand freezing. So I'd have to like switch hands and get the other hand warm. But man, it's so great to have like the heavier
Wait, so are you saying
on.
you like Superman in bed?
No, I lay on
it's
my
kind
stomach.
Of I mean,
a little bit.
For those watching the YouTube.
Yeah. It looks more Superman-y than it does in bed, I promise you.
Okay.
I am not Superman in bed. Ask my wife. But I lay like kind of on my side.
Yeah.
I've got one pillow I hold under my arm.
Is there a blanket involved too, or?
No. Hold the pillow under my arm, and the other one is under my head, obviously, with my arm under it.
Yeah.
And the one I hold under, I have realized this over the years. I call it my huggy pillow. The one I hug under my arm is to compensate for my chest not being as out as my gut.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not like head down. So it's like a leveler. So that's why I sleep that way. But I've slept that way forever. That's why my shoulders are jacked, because I sleep with my arm up every night.
I keep getting yelled at by various family members of like, your shoulders are so jacked up from like probably from sleeping weird, along with, as dumb as it sounds, and I've probably said it before on the podcast, like marching band in college. Like, having like 50 to 60 pounds of metal on one shoulder for decent amount of time per week.
Yes.
Like my elbows are on my desk right now. That's why it's probably more level. But if I didn't do that, it would be like this feels
you're like Quasimodo.
Well, no, like this feels pretty normal. So if you're looking on YouTube, my left
is a little lower. Yeah.
It's a little lower. And that was the side that it rested on.
Yep.
And it's been like that for a while. So
yeah. Man, the weather's good. It's funny. We got a question in our voicemails today about pillows. So we'll get to that. It's odd that that's come up twice already on today's show. So we'll get to that.
There you go.
I know that you've got some big breaking news, and I don't know what this is. You have hinted at this. Yes. For those that don't know, Rick and I both manage the I'm Fat Podcast Twitter account.
Yes.
So it could be me. It could be Rick tweeting at any given time. And I saw you say we've got big breaking news this week, and I don't know what it is. I didn't want it spoiled. So I'm going to react organically, babe. To this news you're about to give us. So what is it? Let's go. I want to know.
So I got a DM from our Culver's insider.
Oh, this can't be bad.
It's not bad.
All right.
What was the big item of 2021 from Culver's?
The pretzels?
No.
Oh, the curd burger.
The Curder Burger. The Curder Burger will be back at Culver's on October 12th.
Hey, I'm going all the way to my air horn page. So I got to do. Wait.
Now we would like to give a warm welcome to our governor, J.B. Brisker. Let's make some noise.
All right. I can't get over that. It's so funny. And that is awesome news.
And wait.
Oh,
there's more. So you remember how last year this was a one-day thing and there were so many people that were like, damn, we missed our opportunity.
Yes.
From our Culver's insider, they are projecting and hoping that they are going to be supplying stores with enough for 2 weeks of sales. So they want to make sure they can get into a paycheck from everybody. And by get into, yes. I mean, take my entire paycheck.
Hi, can I have my entire next check donated directly to Culver's? Like, just put it on a gift card?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great news. And that thing, like, there's a lot of times things will come out and the hype, it like doesn't match the hype. Like, okay, it was good. It wasn't great. No.
Yeah.
The Curder Burger, like all things at Culver's, was executed perfectly. So freaking good.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
And, Jay.
What? Uh-oh.
There's another food item that's coming back to Culver's.
Yes.
And this one, I definitely wanted to keep away from you because I know you'd be happy about it as well.
Is this a new thing?
No, this is, I don't believe this is new.
I can't think of anything else. All right, give it to me.
Buffalo tenders.
Oh, hell yes.
In November.
Permanent?
No, let me double check just to be sure.
All right. Culver's Insider. Because it was just like a shortage for that. Like from what I understand,
it just says Buffalo tenders will be back mid-November.
Excellent.
So your two bits of breaking news. Curder Burger back on October 12th with hopefully up to 2 weeks of sales, like 2 weeks of inventory there. And Buffalo tenders back mid-November. Let's go.
I'm hesitant to share this news because I don't want people. Can I like region lock this podcast so like Homewood doesn't get it? Does that technology exist where people within like 10 miles of my specific Culver's don't get this news?
Right. Yeah. Jay wants to treat it like voting in Georgia.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
How awesome is that?
That is fantastic.
You know where I'm going to be October 12th?
Culver's. And the 13th and the 14th and every day until, let me do math. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to go from being a fortnight to a Culver's night. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
For those 2
Oh,
weeks.
That's great. That is such good news. That thing was so freaking good. I really don't know. And maybe our Culver's insider is listening and can tip us off to this. Like, how sustainable would that be as a permanent menu item?
Yeah, that is fascinating because that's from us. That's just from a place of ignorance of just having no idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be like, because we heard all this crap with Taco Bell, like, oh, we just couldn't possibly make this anymore. Like, you have it all sitting there.
Yeah, like at least this is like, okay, it's a different shape of a thing you already make.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited. And with the slight change to the curds, I'm fascinated to see what this curd in bigger form is like on the burger. Like, it's not going to be bad or anything even remotely close. No, but it's going to be different, and I'm excited for that.
That's great. This is awesome news. October 12th, you said?
October 12th.
And then the Buffalo tenders are
just mid-November.
Mid-November. Sweet.
Yes.
Awesome. Hope's gonna be excited about the buffalo tenders.
You're gonna be excited about the buffalo tenders.
You're excited. Feel these nipples. That's great.
That's also a sleeping with the window open at night thing.
Was that window open? Nope, I cut it open. That's great. All right, so the Curder Burger is back to 12th, and the buffalo tenders back in mid-November. Awesome. Okay. I tried something new today.
Okay.
And I'm not the biggest craft beer guy in the world.
Right.
But the Blackhawks came out with their Goose Island Blackhawks Pale Ale today. And it's funny. So the Hawks practice at 10.
Okay.
Like during the preseason, like Group A practices at one time, and then Group B practices at noon. But we have to head back to CHGO before the second group practices. So John Steinmiller, who's the Hawks PR guy, was like, hey, stick around all day because Luke Richardson, the head coach, is going to have a little surprise after the press. Like, we got to go. Like, we got to be our shows then.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, well, find me after practice. I got something to give you guys. So practice ends and we go up and John opens the door to like the little office they have there at Fifth Third Arena. And there's two like steel, it almost looks like the top of the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Like buckets full of ice with these Blackhawks Pale Ales on top. So he takes the bag and just fills up. He gives us like 6 roadies,
Nice.
So we get back to the station. Mario and I try them on the show. Again, not the biggest craft beer guy, not the biggest IPA pale ale guy.
Yeah.
But as far as those things go, I thought it was really good. It's probably not something I would go buy like on the regular.
Right. It's not Long Snapper.
I've never had Long Snapper.
What?
I know. I've never had it. It's not sold around me, and Manly's a jerk and doesn't bring me any.
Wow.
I know. I don't get invited out when Manly's there. I thought the Long Snappers were a brotherhood, but apparently not. I can buy his obvious shirt, but he can't bring me any beer. Dick. Anyway, I've not had it, but if I see it, I'll try it. It's not at my Family Liquors buyer, which is the funniest name for a place for me is Family Liquors.
Yeah.
Get in there, son. Buy yourself some beer. But anyway, the Blackhawks Pale Ale, really solid, really good. Not like offensively hoppy.
That's good.
But people that like pale ales will like it. But to me, it's more drinkable than your typical pale ale.
That's good.
Usually when I get to the bottom of a can of pale ale, there's like probably an inch or two left of beer. And I'm just like, I don't want that.
Yep.
Like it's going to be too bitter and gross. And I pretty much pounded this Blackhawks Pale Ale today. It's available all over Chicagoland now. They're going to have it at the United Center and the BMO Harris Center where the Rockford Ice Hogs play like around October 20th. So it'll be available there. But the cans are really cool. They're like a matte black and it has like a neon bar sign of the Blackhawk logo.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it's got a neon Chicago flag on the other side. They're sweet looking. The packaging is great.
Yeah.
So if you're a craft beer person, pick up the Blackhawk Pale Ale. I'll tell you this, it's not like a bit. It's not like whatever swill Goose Island had, just sitting in there like, we got to get rid of this stuff. Let's can it. No, this is a genuinely good product. So check it out. The Blackhawks Pale Ale was terrific. And speaking of CHGO, we had our first ever Bears tailgate this weekend.
I saw that, all the posts all over the social medias.
Yeah. So, Rick, and I think I've talked about this on the show, like leaving Odyssey for CHGO was a big decision for me.
Yes.
Like I don't even know what the word is.
You gave it much more thought than I would have. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Right. I was like tortured by it because look, you are leaving a place a place I've worked for 23 years. I just got or 21 years. I just got a promotion, right? I got a new position in a new department. Like I was finally like beginning the next step of my career. I get this call from this guy I'd never met before, and it sounds too good to be true. And so I make the leap, and I have not regretted it for a second.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I truly have my dream job. Something I had sort of given up on after the Hawks started getting bad again. I'm like, well, that's done. Like all my chances to be the Hawks guy full time are over because there's just no demand. And lo and behold, this guy Brandon calls me, and here I am. So anyway, there's been a few moments throughout that have been like really solidified my mindset around the decision. And the CHGO Bears tailgate was one of them. So the first thing we do, right? It's the first big event we've thrown. We had a tailgate at the Sox game, but that was a little more low key. Still went off without a hitch. We had Weber Grills out there cooking us up meats, and it was great. But this was a different thing. So we're on the corner of Michigan and Roosevelt, which is a major intersection in Chicago. There's just a vacant lot there, like where we saw Not Dead Guy.
Yeah,
it was like one of those, but nice and flattened out and cleaned.
Oh, nice.
So,
so you had Not Sober Guy.
There were many not sober guys there. Things start. It's from 8 to noon. We're going to do it pretty much every week, except for the next home game, because it's a Thursday night. And then there's like a farmer's market there that night or something.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, $34 gets you the 4-hour tailgate. There's a food truck and there's booze and beer, unlimited, like as much food as you want, as many stops to the food truck as you want, as much beer as you want for $34. We gave away an authentic Justin Fields jersey. There's a DJ. So the thing starts at 8. I pulled in around like 8:50 or so. There's already like 150 people there.
Nice.
Like doing it up. The trucks there. They're serving breakfast tacos to people. CHGO's got Stan's Donuts out there. Tons of coolers of beer. It was just amazing. It went off without a hitch. But there's the taco truck there. It's from a place called Carnitas Don Rafa. There's one on Archer, 4597 South Archer. The other one's in Crest Hill by our buddies at Marishka's, 2224 Plainfield Road. Carnitas Don Rafa. So this truck, typical food truck. You walk up, say, hey, what do you got? They got carnitas, al pastor, steak, chicken, carnitas, obviously, and like I don't know if they were veggie or if they were vegetarian. I'm not sure like which it was, but it was some vegetarian option. It was just fantastic. And again, you can get as many as you wanted. There was no limit to how many you could eat for this $34. So you've got to come with me next time.
Okay.
We do this because the food's unlimited. The food is great. And then as like the taco truck, like they started running out of some stuff. So Brandon orders 6 pizzas from Art of Pizza and just like lays them on the table for everybody to eat.
Wow. So, did Connor show up?
Yeah, right. Connor McKnight just like materialized like Star Trek.
Yeah.
By the way, have we ever had their thin crust?
I feel like we might have one time, but I have like zero recollection of it.
Okay. If you have zero recollection of it, we did not.
Okay.
Because I would say this is second, like easily second to Los Angeles for me in terms of thin crust.
Yeah.
And this has been sitting outside. It had to be delivered. Like it had been sitting for a while, and it was like green pepper, onion, and sausage, which is not my first choice. It was one of the best slices of pizza I've ever had in my life.
Okay. That versus Paisanos.
See, Paisanos is different. They're almost not comparable because Paisanos is such like a unique crust.
That's true.
It's like the Lou Malnati's, like the crack, like the buttery, crackery crust.
Yes.
Whereas the Art of Pizza one is a little more traditional tavern style.
Yes.
If I had to choose one forever, I would choose Art of Pizza because I just think it is so like, it is a great representation of what tavern style Chicago pizza is.
Okay.
It was terrific. So, Carnitas Don Rafa, wonderful. Art of Pizza, which I've had a million times, but not the thin crust. The thin crust was amazing. So, Art of Pizza, man, I know people in the city know how good it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're someone who doesn't go to the city often, or you're from out of town and you plan to visit Chicago, Art of Pizza is the place to go. It's that or Pequod's, right? Like,
yeah.
Because people are gonna say, "Oh, go to Giordano's." And Giordano's is fine. It's not bad,
right?
But
I mean, you know who recommends Giordano's?
People from Naperville.
Eli. Jay almost got Jay for a spit take.
Oh, I got beer in my nose.
Nice. So the quick story there,
the Naperville of humans. I love Eli. I love Naperville. They got a cookie dough shop.
Oh, Cookie Dough Creations is the best. But so this was years ago. This was pre-pandemic, all this stuff, like years and years ago. Nick Costos of You Better You Bet comes to Chicago for I don't whatever. He was in Chicago. So at the time, Eli Hershkovich was his EP and asked Eli, all right, if I want like either really good or maybe not the best deep dish, where should we go? And Eli was like, oh, well, Giordano's is right here. So let's just get Giordano's. So they got Giordano's. And when we all found out about this, a group of about 10 of us yelled at Eli at the same time. One, because it's fun. And two, because like you're saying that's the best representation. Like it's not bad, like you said, but
no,
that's not what it is. And then magically later on the trip, I don't remember what place they went to, but he got shamed into taking Nick to somewhere else that was more representative. And Nick was like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
I mean, I'll say like if you're going by deep dish rankings, Giordano's is top 5, probably 5, but like
probably
Pequod's to me is the greatest. Art of Pizza is really good.
Yep.
If you want to put Malnati's in that category, it's not really traditional deep dish, but
yeah,
that's there. I really like Uno and Due. I know people never talk about that. Gino's East is good. I haven't had Gino's in a long time, so I can't really compare it to Giordano's, but those two are kind of neck and neck. But I mean, look, you have to understand, like, if you go to a big city like Chicago, you don't downtown is probably not the place you're going to find the best stuff.
No,
unless you're looking like steakhouse or like those sort of things. Yeah. But if you're from New York or wherever, like the best pizza is not going to be from the most expensive neighborhoods. You got to get down and dirty a little bit to find the best stuff.
Right.
So anyway, Art of Pizza though, there's one right on what is that, State and
not far from the station.
North of maybe like, I don't want to guess wrong, but somewhere between Roosevelt and like Congress, like in that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, like whatever it is, that's a place to go if you're downtown.
Yes.
Great. And you can go in there and be drunk and sit down and eat a slice and you're good to go. So anyway, great weekend. The tailgate was fantastic. Much better than the Bears game. And boy, it's funny how the Bears win and it feels like a loss because the quarterback was bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just like, come on.
Yeah, this was like my one Sunday to really get to like sit down and watch football and just not be disturbed by anything. So like get to the second quarter of that game and I'm like fiddling around on my phone. Like, what's something that can distract me from this crap ass game?
God, it's like, and maybe he'll get better, but like when that pick happened, it was like, okay, finally. Like it just seems like finally they took the right guy. They did what made sense. Everyone liked the move. It's frustrating. Like, God, can't we ever just one time get a great quarterback? Just one time.
No.
And I hope he's great. I love the kid.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome. But like just please, once in my life. I got a Cubs World Series. Maybe I shouldn't be greedy. I got 3 Stanley Cups. Can I see like one franchise quarterback in my life? That shouldn't be that much to ask.
Right.
God.
Is that
he drinks his beer?
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd have thunk for the moment I'm the healthy one because I always drink water during this, because otherwise I end up like coughing and sounding like shit.
Yeah. Well, this is Miller High Life, so it's not exactly like,
yeah,
it's my favorite beer, hands down, but it's not the thickest thing in the world. Anyway, speaking of thick, give Eric Vates a call at Mazda of Orland Park. He's a thick boy like us.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you talking about the cars or Eric?
Nah, Eric's a P1, man. Even if he doesn't listen, he's certainly a P1. Okay. Go get yourself a brand new.
How many C's is Eric?
Oh, I would say 2.5.
Okay.
2.5 C's for Eric.
So he's 2 in an apostrophe?
He's tall.
Okay.
So he stretches out the chunk a little bit, but yeah, I would give him 2 C's. That's for sure. Yeah. Maybe he drives like a CCX9. I do know he drives a CX9 from Mazda Orland Park. Well, he owns the place, so I hope he drives a car from his place. I drive a CX30 and a CX5, not at the same time. That would be dangerous. But I've got the 2015 CX5, the 2022 CX30, and man, how many years I raved about the CX5.
Mm-hmm.
The CX30 is my favorite car I've ever owned. Wow. I've had it for 4 months now, maybe a little
sounds
longer.
About right.
And I've not gotten sick of it. I just love driving it. It's got some zip. It's got some power. Absolutely love that car, and it's got all the bells and whistles. Even on the what do you call it? I got the base model, and it's got all the awesome stuff you need.
You're all about it.
It's great. It's great. So go get yourself a Mazda. Best car I've ever owned. That's why I own 2. Give me a call, 708-444-3200. Visit MazdaofOrlandPark.com. Go visit their showroom. I drove by this week, and they've got a bunch of cars on the lot. So jump in there, 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. All right. So one more like sort of aside, a CHGO thing.
Okay.
Is oftentimes parking it around there is not great.
Mm-hmm.
I could pay for a meter.
Yeah.
If I get desperate. They're abundant on Madison. Very easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that.
Sure.
So many times I spend like 15 to 20 minutes driving around looking for a spot. We're about Madison or Racine. The other day I had to park on like Jackson.
Oh.
And yeah. I was like on Jackson and like Levitt. I was far. It was like it's right by the police academy there. Hightower was there, the whole gang. It was great. So there's a place right there, tiny little Italian deli called, you're the Italian guy, Rick, you tell me. It's L' Appetito. So L'Appetito is how I would probably say that, right?
Yes.
So I'm in a bit of a hurry, but I'm starving. So I go in there and get the meatball sub.
Nice.
It's like $7.
Perfect.
All right, this will be small, but it'll hold me over. Get to the station.
That's what she said. Yeah.
This thing is significant and
it's not
delicious.
Yeah.
It was so good. I'm not really like a meatball sub guy either.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I would order typically, but I was like, what can be made quickly? And I know I'm going to like, that was it. The meatball sub did it. So, Cafe All'Appetito. I'm looking at there's a bunch of these. Wow. Okay. So 30 East Huron. That's not it. Okay. 1258 West Jackson. Okay. Right there, obviously in Chicago. That's the one I went to. It is tiny, but when you drive by there and it is the entire outside area is police recruits, it's usually a good sign when your restaurant is frequented by police officers.
True.
It's a good sign. So finally went in there, a little bit of desperation, like there's nothing really between here and work, so I got to grab something.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to become a regular on the map because I often have to park that far.
Yeah.
Anyway, highly recommend. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yeah. I by the way, I don't remember how it came up in conversation when I was over at my mom's place this week, but she had no idea that the map existed.
Oh,
because she had she was like, hey, I've got someone that's going, I forget exactly where, but I was like, well, actually, let me show you this.
That's great.
And she's like, oh, really? Because like, she didn't ever listen to the podcast. I don't expect it, mind you, or anything like that. But I was like, yeah, we got this thing for whenever people come in town or people are looking for something new, or when Rambling Grimace has nothing to do. And so like, I mean, tip of the cap to Rambling Grimace for going to damn near every one of these places so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's like, that was a great idea. And mind you, this conversation happened in the latter stages of my quest for the week, which revolve around something that is very near and dear and important to every fat.
Yes.
I was toilet shopping this week.
What happened? Wait, I want to know what required a new toilet. What did you do? Which restaurant damaged your toilet?
Well, so the story of the place that I live is that before I bought it, it had been vacant for like a decade and a half. So it was an odd thing where
was someone murdered there?
No. So while the place not yet. The building used to be a like 55 plus type place. So from what I understand, there was an older lady who lived in this unit who then moved into more of like a true assisted living place, as opposed to just senior and she passed and her daughter couldn't bring herself to sell the place. So I forget what pushed it over the finish line, that the place got put into a trust and then they finally just decided to fix the place up and flip it. However, it was kind of a quick flip job, as I found out, over time. But also they didn't replace the toilet. Now, my mom was smart initially and was like, hey, if you want your Christmas present to just like get you a new toilet, that was the one thing they didn't change out. Totally here for it. I was not smart enough to say yes. So this thing, I don't even know how old it is. It's just like sprung a leak. So basically just like started to shop for toilets.
Do you know for sure that the toilet's broken, or is the seal broken? You might just need to replace the wax seal. Is it like leaking out the bottom?
It's more
seal.
than that. It's multiple places.
Okay.
So it's the seal, not a loose seal, but the wax seal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like the tank. So it's just like trying to just to get by until this damn toilet gets here now. But I learned so much about toilets in this goddamn week.
I know.
It's like, what do you mean rough in? I only know one definition of that, and it doesn't have to do with toilets. It's not my tab.
Basketball player.
Yeah, right. So learning what the rough, all the dimensions, because my bathroom is tiny.
Yeah.
So part of the thing was, and what I found out was the biggest hang up of all this. For one thing, I needed a toilet that sat higher, because this thing, as I've said before, feels like I'm in a crouch.
See, I love that. Give me all the leverage you can.
Well, see, yeah, but if you get one a little bit higher, then in a worst case scenario, if you're like, you know what, I don't have enough leverage, that's what a squatty potty's for. And that's like $15.
Fair enough.
So I'm like, okay, we got to get this thing a little higher, because, I need my knees to last a little bit. There's already enough weight on them as is. So, then also figuring out the space, because here's the layout of the bathroom, just so people can kind of envision this. You walk in the door, immediate right linen closet, like 4 steps forward, vanity. There is a wall there. The door opens into the other part of the bathroom, in which case there's immediate toilet on the left and tub right next to it.
Okay.
So it's like a separate, it's like a turlet room if we're being fancy here.
Okay.
So
my dad's got one of those. He's got like a big master bathroom. Yeah. And there's like a little room for the toilet. Like,
the problem is the door opens into that.
That's real dumb.
Yeah. So I have to be real cognizant of the door frame in terms of how far the toilet can go from the wall to the start of the frame. And the start of the frame is like only 28 inches. And if you want, and the thing is too, this toilet that I have now, people are going to learn more about toilets than they wanted to. That's what we're here for this week.
That's right.
Deal with it. So there are 2 types of toilet seats. generally.
Yep.
Your round, which is the one at your grandparents' place that you hate.
Yeah, because your balls get stuck.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't kill two birds with one stone with that. There's not enough room.
Right. Yes.
So when you're trying to do one thing, you're trying to halt the process of the other.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's problematic because then you never complete either task properly.
You need the oval.
So you need the elongated is what it's called.
Yeah.
The problem is the elongated bowls are 3 inches longer than the other ones. So that ruled out a 2-piece for me, which means I'm spending more money. So I'm looking at these 1 pieces, trying to find something that's, because even most of them are still too long for this tiny ass bathroom with this dumbass door. So it put me in such a narrow spot that it got to a point too where literally all I cared about is the seat higher than the one that I have right now?
And will it fit?
And will it fit?
Yeah.
So then I got it narrowed down to like a few. So I'm sitting there with my mom. I'm like, there's like 6 of these and I could not give less of a crap. So my mom's like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? It was like, well, what about the ratings? What about whatever else? And actually the one thing that's going to be really nice for my lazy ass, the one that I got doesn't have all the like pipes showing and stuff. So it's just like easy cleaning too.
Oh, nice.
That was a big selling point for me. But the odyssey of learning all this crap about toilets, I know this is like just a being an adult thing that I just haven't had to deal with yet. So get at me about it. But I feel like I made a good choice. The only real negative here outside of the price is that it won't be here for like another week. So I'm having to manage that whole situation.
Are you gonna have to install it?
Oh, it's not just the installing. It's from not noticing the leaking to begin with.
No, but are you going to be the one who installs it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm going to have adult supervision for this.
Okay. Do you have a friend who plumbs?
Not who plumbs, but kind of.
Or a handy friend?
Handy friend.
Okay. Wish I had one of those in college.
Not that one.
Anyway,
right? But yes, I have a handy friend that will be helping me out with this. So I thank him greatly for for that. And I'm also going to have to replace some of the old laminate.
Wow. Well,
which is not great.
But the good thing about handy friends is they can be bought off with pizza and beer.
Yes.
Typically. And just some gratitude.
Right. And then you also get some pizza and beer.
Right. Exactly. So
which will then result in using the new toilet.
Because I like you, I am not handy. I can do I can figure things out a little bit, but when I installed this new microphone arm into my desk, I call my buddy Tony over. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do if I fuck this up, the desk is ruined.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just ask you, am I doing this right? He's like, not really. Let me just do it. I'm like, great. You did it. It's done. It's done perfectly. Yeah. I'm happy.
Yep.
Having those friends. The problem with that is having those friends when you're not that way in any way, shape, or form. You feel really useless. It's like I can't help you with 100%. Anything.
Yes.
There's nothing I can do that's gonna benefit you. Like, hey, want to start a podcast? I can help you.
Yeah.
I don't really have any talents that are helpful. So anyway, everyone brings something special to their friend group. I'm trying to find mine yet.
Yeah, but it's I feel better now that it's ordered. I'll feel much better once because at least one thing that's nice that the people who redid my place did is they left some of the leftover materials that they had.
Oh, so that's nice.
In this case with the laminate where I'm going to have to replace a few planks of it, they left some so that I have that option. And also it's not like I need a whole lot because that part of the bathroom is so goddamn tiny.
Yeah. Ask your friend if you could reverse that door.
Yeah, if there's a thing I could put down, flip it, and reverse it.
I would imagine you could take it off the hinges and put the hinges on the other side.
Probably. This was the other ingenious thing they did to save themselves some time was instead of taking off all the hinges and that type of thing to paint. Nope.
Just painted them.
Boom, right over it. Yeah, I already ran into that issue with the vent because a lot of the air that comes in that's from the building is the vent gets dirty pretty quick. So I was like, okay, how am I going to do this where I don't completely wreck the paint job?
Yeah.
So I tried to be smart and kind of stencil it out essentially. Well, that only worked to a certain point. because it's in a bathroom, so there's moisture, so it's going to do that anyway. So yeah, that's going to be another project for another day, is probably having to replace a little drywall and some paint.
Yay.
But slowly but surely things are going to start happening. I'm going to have a toilet that I can finally get behind. Or
did you get like a power flushing?
It's I think it's like a dual flush thing.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah. So it's a button on top one.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be nice. It's one of those, but the thing is, like, I was like, yeah, I'm paying a little more than I want. If there's something that you're going to use regardless of it being a toilet, if it's something you're going to use every day,
yes, that's
going to make you feel better and put your mind at ease on something. If it's, like $50 more than you were really wanting to spend, shoot, even when it comes to a toilet, $100 more than you want to spend or something, you do it.
And in the grand scheme of life, like, it's $100,
right?
My friend Sarah says, like, you should never skimp on like mattresses, sheets,
right?
Like stuff you're going to use every day. Like don't go cheat. Don't try to save yourself a couple $100 on something you're going to spend a third of your life in.
Yeah, that's going to be another purchase that I have coming up soon enough.
I have a purple and I love it.
My mattress is trash.
We are very happy with our purple mattress.
Really? Oh, because like I never know with like those types of ones and whatever when they okay for fat people. Like,
well, we have the purple too, which is a little more firm than the purple
and more socially acceptable.
Yes, exactly. But they have them at Mattress Firm, so you can go in and like actually lay on one and see if you like it.
Okay.
Because Hope was like, I don't want to buy one of these gimmicky mattresses,
right? Because especially if you sink in a little bit and you get too warm, like that's what I worry about. Because that's the worst. Like I know when we were on Sports Adjacent and they were doing their Sheets and Giggles thing, talking about how those sheets keep you cool. I need to be cool in bed.
Yeah.
That's paramount to me. Like I have had many years where in the middle of winter, I am not using a blanket. It's a sheet and that is it.
Yeah. I know they have like cooling beds. Yeah. You can buy a bed that's designed to be cooling.
Okay.
But I'll say as a fat guy, I'm never hot. The only reason I'm hot in my purple mattress is because it's freaking hot in my house.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that has nothing to do with the bed. But yeah, Hope's like, we're not buying one of these gimmicky like mail order beds. And we went into Mattress Firm. We tried every like traditional mattress.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm kind of between these. So I go, it's right there. Just lay on it. Let's just see how it feels.
Yeah.
And as soon as she got into purple too, she's like, oh, I like this. I'm like, good. Cause I had done a ton of research. Because when I have something that like needs to get done.
Yeah. Paralysis by analysis.
Yeah. And I hyper focus on it, and during the shows on the score, it was like my research time.
Oh, I know.
I frankly wrote my books in there.
Yeah. Which, by the way, doing that job then for a little bit, and mind you, I may have done some other things while I may have done NBA betting prep, who's to say, while EPing a show. That's impressive that you were able to do all that during the show because, you stopped caring after 10 years. Anyway. Well, good luck with your first crap, so to speak, on your new toilet. It's funny, like those things are exciting, and I will encourage you, Rick. If you're getting a new toilet, you should get yourself a bidet. The time has come, my friend. Enter the bidet universe. Doesn't make you gay. Oh, that's not what I'm worried about.
That's my dad. He's like, I'll never do that. I'm like, you squirting water on your butt doesn't make you gay, Dad. I promise you, if it doesn't, you were gay anyway. Maybe just open your eyes a little bit. Like, oh, it's wonderful.
A certain color.
I love a bidet. Love it. Just love it. It's awesome. So I'll encourage you to come over and poop at my house one day and you can check it out and see what you think. But it's really great. Okay, I got a couple quick hitters here before we get to Ask a Fat. Tried a new treat this week. You could probably tune me out at this point. Reese's dipped pretzels. I know you've had chocolate covered pretzels before, but these are not as dipped. And I will say to people that like peanut butter, Reese's peanut butter works the best on candies. So the Reese's dipped pretzels are excellent. The other thing I wanted to mention, I had a seasonal treat, Rick.
Okay.
Out of season. And it was a bit weird, but I was at 7-Eleven the other day. I'm like, I want something sweet. not really gummy bears, but I don't want anything chocolate. I got a bag of jelly beans. Jelly beans are excellent, except the black ones, which are trash, and I hate them. And you have rubbed off on me, not literally, but where I will eat now my jelly beans in colored order.
Nice.
I'll start with, I think I go like the white is the one I like the least, aside from the licorice. Then I'll usually go yellow, orange, purple, and work my way down to my favorites.
So if you're keeping score at home, Jay separates his colors and hates the black ones.
I do hate the black licorice jelly beans. I think they're technically purple.
Are they?
I think so. For the like dark purple.
Yeah. Oh, actually, in terms of candy.
The drawer.
There's a lot in the drawer right now.
Let's see if you can get it open.
Yeah. You've had these. I did not know this. A different type.
Oh,
of
yes.
Chew.
Yes. The High Chew Fantasy Pack.
Yes. Different tab.
Endorsed by Paul Charchian.
highchewsafe.com. There's 3 flavors. One of them I wasn't as much here for. The Blue Hawaii.
Yeah, I like that one. But you don't like pineapple.
Yeah, I definitely don't like artificial pineapple.
Yeah.
So that's an for me. The rainbow sherbet one.
Yep.
That one, like I was like, okay, how much can it really taste like that? It does.
Yeah, they're good.
And anybody that knows me knows that if the words blue and raspberry are put next to each other, I'm bound to like it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I think of all the flavors I've tried, the rainbow sherbet and the blue raspberry are my favorite.
Of all High Chews?
Of all High Chews.
Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah.
For a High Chew. Those
really
are good.
is.
All right. Good move.
Okay.
You get those at 7-Eleven?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. I think that may be a 7-Eleven exclusive because I've not seen it anywhere else, but
I'm trying to see
those
if
are
there's
damn
anything
good.
else that's new in the
Oh yeah. What
I don't
else
think
you
there's
got?
anything new.
Oh.
There's
Well, I
the,
had 4 Mexican pizzas this week. Is that good?
Oh, there's Tim Tams in here, which isn't shocking to anybody.
Yep.
And have I the another thing that you can find at 7-Eleven that I'm pretty sure we've spoken about before, but I hadn't had them in like a month or two. The
your pandas.
The definitely not koala yummies.
Yes. The Hello Pandas. Yes. Yeah, I gotta get those next time I'm there.
Those are wonderful still. Yeah. So anyway, you had 4 Mexican pizzas.
I did. Well, it was only 2 trips though.
Well, yeah, you're never going to just one.
So I had to run out late the other night, and I said to Hope, I don't know what's happening, but my car is driving me to Taco Bell. It's just on autopilot apparently. So if you want something, let me know. And then the other night we went to roller derby again because it's our favorite thing to do now. And it was late and we were hungry. So Hope's like, why don't you go back to Taco Bell? I'm like, okay, sounds great. And I did. I'm so glad they're back and they're available. Every time I go in and order, I'm like, Mexican pizza?
Yeah.
To see if they're going to say no. And it's been there every time.
Nice.
They're fantastic. And Hope is learning now that you can order anything at Taco Bell with chicken on it. So you can just you can order any item you want from Taco Bell and say, but replace the beef with chicken. And there's like a slight upcharge. But now instead of having the chicken quesadilla every time, she had a quesarito. She's like, this is great. I'm like, this is Taco Bell. Pick your texture.
Exactly.
Choose your texture adventure.
Yeah. Tell her to get the cheesy gordita crunch with chicken.
Yes, she would like that. Definitely. So yeah. All right. Let me check my notes. I think I got everything. 4 Mexican pizzas, Blackhawks beer, jelly beans. Yep. Okay. Everything's good.
Yeah. Oh, a restaurant that I mentioned.
Oh yeah.
That I was excited about it opening has opened. And I have not gone yet. So now that, I'm not spending the entire week shopping for a toilet, I can go to a place and make a deposit in said toilet.
Yeah.
Was it Roadhouse 38, which let me get the ye ol' address.
Sounds like it's on Route 38.
It is.
Which is Roosevelt?
Yep. 275 West Roosevelt Road in Lombard. It's one of those locations that has been like the location of the damned, where like no matter what goes in there, it has a short lifespan. However, this seems like it may have some staying power. It's like more of like a Western Burbs type chain.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm encouraged. I haven't done a ton of research on the menu yet, but that's something I am going to try in the next week or two, hopefully.
Nice. We've got a Five Guys coming into a Cursed Homewood location. So hopefully it works.
Nice.
Because can't have too much Five Guys. You might go broke, but you can't have too
you
much.
will 100% go broke.
All right. Give us a full review of that. That sounds good.
I will.
I'll try something new this week too. I promise I will not have 6 Mexican pizzas this week. I'm trying. Hope said that I should get a little board over my head that says like it's been this many days since I've had a Mexican pizza.
Yeah. Or on your on the in your background, when you're going to walk out the door, just have Taco Bell today and then just slap that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't talk about Notre Dame. I don't want to. Okay. Is it time to ask the Fats?
Yep.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy Charlie the Bacon Guy. Here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, chorizo, paprika, and buffalo. Was feeling squirrely, so I made a batch.
Nice.
Get it while it's available. For bacon jams, we have the original, the bourbon, and the chili rojo. Didn't get around to the cherry jalapeno, but by golly, it's going to happen.
Oh,
don't forget about all our wonderful merchandise, including the new ball caps. And don't forget to get pre-orders in for the holiday season. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
All right. You heard the man. You've got one, not even. You got what? How many days are in September? 30 or 31?
30.
30. All right. You've got
30 days is September, April, June, and November.
3.5 days to get your order and using that promo code Fat Bacon to save on your order. So send Charlie an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com. Slide into his Twitter DMs at CZ the Bacon Guy. He's on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy. Get in touch with him any of those 3 ways. Talk about your order. Use that promo code again, Fat Bacon, to save on your order and get those holiday orders in now. I know it feels early, but Charlie is a one-man band. He doesn't have an army of bacon makers to decide. He's got to do it all himself. So if you want something special, like the jalapeno bacon we had before, like the ranch bacon that is so popular, the stout bacon, the cherry Dr. Pepper bacon. There's so many great things that Charlie's made over the last couple of years he's been with us. He'll make you any of those. And if you've got an idea of your own, he'll do that too. Just get in touch with him. Start thinking about those holiday orders now. Ordering them now doesn't obligate Charlie to make it now, but he's going to want to start making a plan for the holidays so he can plan his time out accordingly. These things take time. So get in touch with Charlie. Even if you just want to start the conversation, do it. The sooner, the better. I have to do it because I'm going to place an order for the holidays as well. So I got to listen to my own advice and do it too. So again, email him, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy, Twitter at CZ the Bacon Guy. All right, let's get to the voicemails. If you want to leave us one, 708-858-3314, 708-858-3314. Put that number in your phone. And if you have a fat experience, a fat dilemma, a fat question, something wonderful to eat or whatever, you know how to call it right away. 708-858-3314.
Hey, Fats. Jason from Oshkosh. First quick thing. Jay, I know you were talking about enjoying a Capri Sun and the issue with the straws and be able to push through that little hole. What I've always found is if you turn the Capri Sun over and find that nice soft underbelly and you poke right through there, you can drink the entire Capri Sun without any of the issues of putting it through the top. You can't set it down, but you're still drinking, no problem. Second,
good move.
I know we do a lot of talk about food for the I'm Fat podcast, but one of the things I wanted to ask about is pillows. As a fat person, it makes it a little bit tougher to maybe get comfortable to sleep. And some people might be stomach sleepers, side sleepers, because as a back sleeping just doesn't seem to be the best option. So I wanted to see if there are any pillows that you guys recommend, because my wife is getting pretty frustrated with the pet snoring going on. And she thinks that the pillow, no matter what pillow I have, I just kind of crumble up anyways and lay my fat head on. Thanks for any advice. Love the show. Thanks, guys.
All right. I actually do have a pillow recommendation. I ordered this years ago. It's actually, I probably need to order a new one because it's not white anymore. It's kind of gross because I am a sweaty sleeper, but it's from coopehomegoods.com. This is not an ad. This is honestly the pillow I have. What I like about this is it is not overly hot. Okay. It is memory foam, but it comes with a bag of memory foam. So if you want to add some or take some out, you can do that, and you can make it like specifically to your own sort of like however you want it to be, like as stuffed or as empty as you want it to be.
Yeah.
I've gotten it just right. It's on Amazon. It's $72. I know that like feels expensive, and it is. That's for a queen.
Yeah, but man, that's something it's one of the best Christmas presents I ever got was and I still use, I think is it a Sleep Number pillow? I don't know. I give me a second and I'll go check.
Yeah, go look.
Yes.
Here, I'll put the interlude music on, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Nice.
When Rick goes away. I gotta here we go. Okay. Hey, Rick's gonna go look for his pillow, and I will fill time here speaking about other things. Yeah, no, the Coop Sleep pillow is really good. I said earlier in the show, big fan of the purple mattress. So hopefully someday I can get a purple pillow. Oh, Rick's back. Hi, Rick. What'd you find?
Tempur-Pedic. A pillow. Okay. It is so nice. And for me, where like I think it's because of like one of my fun family things in terms of in terms of like how our joints work and everything. Like neck gets a little more sensitive. So if there's sleeping in a bad position, much more likely to get a headache or a migraine. Which I used to always get, like I actually used to get migraines a fair amount, like missing days of school for it and all that type of stuff. But this pillow is awesome.
Tempur-Pedic, you said, right?
Yeah, Tempur-Pedic pillow. It really like a more dense pillow. Like there's few things I hate more than like 95% of your hotel pillows where you need 3 of them to feel like you're getting the same like density of a regular pillow. I hate that. Like this thing helps me out a ton. So like that's one of those things that it's like if it's like $70 like yours, compared to like what it would be for like what's considered a really, really nice high-end mattress. Like you can cut out some of that by just getting yourself a better pillow.
Right.
So like for if you can't think of like something good for present for somebody and they don't have a good pillow, like that's clutch. Cause like getting that the 1 year, like I love this damn thing. Once again, not an ad, just having a high quality pillow makes whatever you're laying on that much better.
So I'm looking at, there's 2 here. So I see one of this, a Tempur Cloud pillow, which has like a wavy or like a waffly kind of a pattern on it.
Okay.
And then I see one called, it just jumped away from me. The Symphony pillow, which is, it doesn't have like, I guess it's got like a little like a polka dot pattern on it, if anything, to describe it. Like it's, there's little dots on it. And that one is $79. So they're both about the same price on Amazon.
I think that's the one that I have.
Okay. It looks great. Memory foam. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I really like, there's there's few things I'm pretty down to earth with many things, but like, that's one thing where I'm like, okay, I kind of feel fancy with this thing. And it's like one of the few things where it's like, okay, I feel pretty good with this. So it's simple. Yeah.
Well, they got one that works. A cooling pillow for $240. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm here for a nicer pillow, but I'll
sleep on an ice pack. Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
All right, next voicemail here.
Hey, you guys. Sorora Joe. Just watching your YouTube with Jay's shorts, and the only thing I can think of is Patrick Star from SpongeBob with glasses on. Anyway, I just thought it was funny. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah.
Very funny, Joe. You're a funny guy.
I mean, to be fair, Patrick is pink. You are red.
I'm pinkish.
You're kind of pinkish.
I got my chubby's little koozie here that I got. That's kind of similar to the bathing suit.
It actually kind of is.
Yeah, it's similar. Whatever. I don't care. Yellow. I'm old and I'm fat and I want to have some fun. Sue me.
You are so much more sensitive about that.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Dude, it is swim trunks.
I know.
Like nobody gives a I have literally never heard anybody be like, oh, did you see that that guy's swim trunks? Like the only thing guys get yelled at or like mocked about, is about wearing the Speedo, not the like pattern on their swim trunks.
Yeah,
literally nobody gives a crap.
Hey, I bought them and I have them and I'm gonna wear them. So I'll do it. All right, fine.
Glad we had this talk.
Good, me too, kind of. All right, let's get to the email part of the stuff.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Hey, you, Tubby. Go to Frato's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg. You're going to love it. 628 South Roselle Road, FritosPizza.com, FritosBakery.com. Go try the I'm Fat Burger, the I'm Fat Pizza, the I'm Fat Grilled Cheese, the giant mozzarella sticks. Man, it's so freaking good. They've got an RC machine. What more do you need to know? Frato's Bakery has all the amazing cookies, the best cookies in the world. And we teased you earlier this summer on some big news coming from Frato's. That news is getting closer to being shareable. They just want to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the lowercase J's are crossed and all that stuff, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Ironically, the Culver's insider is going to break that news to us too.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have more on that for you very, very soon. It's very, very exciting. I know what it is, but I'm not at liberty to say, but it's going to be awesome. And you can be part of it, which is really exciting. FritosBakery.com, FritosPizza.com. All right, let's go to the emails here. Got one here from Nolan. He says, hey, Fats, longtime listener. I see more and more podcasts doing a draft as a part of their show. I was thinking the I'm Fat pod could do it and then write down the answers rounds 1 through 5 and have the listening fats vote using Facebook emojis to see who's won the food draft. I like that idea. 1 week favorite appetizer, 1 week favorite ice cream, and so on. Love your show and truly appreciate your dedication to it. That's from Nolan. He says, P.S. Suck it, Odyssey. Thanks, Nolan. It's a good idea. I like that idea. Drafts are always good, and also, like he said, get you the social media interaction that is so essential to, stuff like this. So that's a good idea. We'll start doing that. I like it.
Good sentiment at the end too.
Yeah.
All right, this one. Hey, Fats, it's Jay from Lake in the Hills. We have lots of people named Jay that like to get involved.
Yep.
Last night, my wife surprised me, and we tried something new. Mr. Beast burgers. My wife said they put too much mustard on her burger, but otherwise it was fine. I thought the burger was very good, but both of us thought the seasoning on the fries was too spicy. We were not a fan. Thought I would share the experience with you guys. Keep up the good work.
All right, so I had never heard of Mr. Beast burgers before.
Same.
There are a ton in Illinois. Algonquin, Bloomingdale, Bolingbrook, Carbondale, Champaign, Chicago, Decatur, East Peoria, Edwardsville, Elgin, Fairview Heights, Galesburg, Gurnee, Hoffman Estates, Lombard, Morris, Naperville, Normal, Norridge, North Aurora, Oswego, Palos Heights, Peoria, Plainfield, Riverside, Rockford, Schaumburg, Skokie, South Elgin, Springfield, Vernon Hills, and Wheeling. How have we never heard of this place?
I have no idea.
All right. I'm going to make sure they're open. All right. I was going to ask you to read me your address over the... I'm an idiot. Rick, what's your address? Quick.
Right. Mr. Beast Burger.
I'm looking up the Palos Heights one. Check delivery address. Because maybe these aren't open yet. No, it's 6405 West 127th Street.
Oh, I think it's in the mall.
6405 West 127th Street. I have driven past this place 1,000 times in my life, and I have never seen it. Where is it? Wait, that's X's and O's. Maybe it's all right. We need to investigate this place. I need to investigate this place because I don't know. I've never seen this. Maybe it's not open yet. That could be the situation. All right. We got to do some investigating.
So Mr. Beast, a newer type of situation.
It's a newer type of thing. Yeah, my parents live right here, so I'm gonna check it out. All right. Interesting. And I closed my questions. No, I didn't. Okay, here.
Nice.
Last one comes from Paul. Bros/fats. Listening to last week's episodes where you talked about combination restaurants like the KFC Taco Bell combo or the Long John Silver's A&W combo, we neglected the Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins combo. We did do that.
Yes, we did.
That is shameful on our parts.
Yes,
I'm still going with LJS A&W because it's my favorite, but very, very good point.
Yes.
And that is very neglectful from us as fats, and I feel shame.
When's the last time you had Baskin Robbins?
Oh boy. I mean, the problem is we've got our legendary Dairy Queen and we've got we have a Cold Stone right here. So not often, but it's almost because it's like kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I have to say, like, our Dunkin' spots around here, the home of Dunkin' service kind of sucks. Like there's always people complaining about it. So I like don't go in there unless I have to. So
there's just too many options. Growing up, I had Baskin Robbins a fair amount. Whenever my grandma would come by, usually we would go to my grandparents' place in Naperville, but when she would come out by us, at least for a good amount of the time growing up, in a strip mall, which, what was it? It was a Family Foods that became a La Chiquita. And there was a Baskin Robbins that became a, oh God, I'm going to butcher it. The one that's the chain that's everywhere now. The La Michoacana.
Oh, Michoacana, yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
I know I butchered it. And I should.
Those are good, man.
But
Politas are so good.
Yes. But that used to be a Baskin Robbins for me growing up. So that was like, we'd have it not all the time, but
yeah,
once every 6 weeks.
Where were you at on the pink bubblegum Baskin Robbins?
I never had any interest.
Yeah,
I don't know that I ever had it.
I liked it.
You're all for like the super like sugary.
Yeah.
You're here for cotton candy. You're here for the bubblegum ice cream.
Yep.
Shockingly,
you've been.
I didn't take as many chances.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was good. I still do. What is the there's like a baseball one there, man, and that was good too. The baseball Baskin Robbins ice cream. It had like a funny name. Baseball nut. You would not like this. It's vanilla ice cream with cashews with black raspberry ribbon. That is good. I know you don't like nuts, but cashews are pretty much just salt rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure out where this Mr. Beast burger is. I'm not even, what's interesting is on Google, I'm not even seeing, in like Google Maps, I'm not even seeing an address listed.
Yeah.
But it has 15 reviews.
Mr. Beast. See, now I wonder if this is one of those things where
where's this one?
People it's another restaurant. And they're like, oh, there's a place by us in Homewood that's like,
they
get
make
Outlaw Burger. And we're like, what is Outlaw Burger? That's not a thing. So I don't know. I'm going to have to investigate because what it's showing me in the Payless one is X's and O's bar. So maybe they just like sell food out of that.
Okay, maybe. That's entirely possible.
Misleading though, and I don't like that.
Right.
So anyway. All right. Well, I think that's it. We got everything done. We got everything covered. Did we get it? Nope. We did not make it in under an hour. Damn it.
Never. Remember when we used to actually do like 45 minutes most of when we first started, we would definitely be under an hour because we had just finished a shift. We were still at the station.
Yeah.
We were like, screw this. Let's get out of here. So even with like Mitch, busting in to give us food a couple times, we would still be like 45 minutes.
Well, traffic has been bad lately in the city, so people have more time to listen. So there you go.
Yes, exactly.
And no one's complained about the length, so that's good for once in my life.
Let that marinate. Okay, so follow us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod at gmail.com. Check out the Patreon and the TeePublic. The sale just stopped, which means in 6 hours there's probably another one. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe to the YouTube. We have a lot of references to things that are video only today. So you should be checking out that youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. Subscribe there. Also subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe, and resubscribe again to help us juke the numbers to move up ye ol' rankings on Apple Podcasts or your podcast player of your choice. Isn't that what everybody always says? Sure. And rate and review, 5-star reviews. Yes. Well, check out our sponsors too. Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, and Frato's Culinary Kitchen for JM Rick. This is the I'm Fat podcast.
I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Nice. You made it.
If you need me to finish fast, I'm always here for you.